So in this module, we're going to describe Azure Storage Services. Right, so we look at the skills and objectives. We have completed Azure Computer Networking Services, and now we're going to look at Azure Storage Services. So, alright, so let's get started, right? I think we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7 sections. So let's do it. Alright, so in this module, we introduced to the Azure Storage Services. You'll learn about Azure Storage Account and how it relates to the different services that are available. So you'll be able to compare Azure Storage Services, storage tiers, redundancy options, storage account options, and storage types. Identify options for moving files, including easy copy, storage explorer, and file sync, and describe migration options. Alright, so and now we're going to talk about storage accounts. Okay, so basically it provides a unique namespace where you can for your Azure storage data that can be accessible from anywhere in the world, right? So and you have, I mean, you can create a storage account. You start by picking up the storage account type, and okay, so the type of account determines the storage services and redundancy options and has an impact on use cases. So 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 these are a list. So this is basically a list of redundancy options, right? So you have local LRS, GRS, RAGRS, ZRS, GCRS, and RAGCRS. And you can see there are different types of storage accounts. So you have standard general purpose V2, premium block blobs, premium file shares, premium page blobs, and each of them have support different services, right? And they have their own redundancy options and usage. So storage account endpoints. So basically you have these rules, right, in terms of nomenclature, and these are the endpoints, which you'll be using for the storage services. So you can see table, queue, file, DFS, and blob, right? Let's take a look at the video.
Azure Storage is Microsoft's cloud storage solution for modern data storage scenarios. Core storage services offer a massively scalable object store for data objects, disk storage for Azure virtual machines, a file system service for the cloud, a messaging store for reliable messaging, and a NoSQL store. Azure Blob Storage is an object storage solution that you can use to store massive amounts of unstructured data, such as text or binary data. Blob storage is ideal for serving images or documents directly to a browser, storing data for archives or distributed access, streaming video and audio, and disaster recovery scenarios. Azure File Storage offers fully managed file shares in the cloud, and shares are accessible using industry standard network protocols. Mounting Azure file shares is just like connecting to shares on your local network. Azure Disk Storage provides disks for virtual machines and applications to access and use as they need, similar to how they would access disks that were on premises. Azure offers both solid-state drives for higher performance workloads and conventional hard drives for your less critical business scenarios. Azure Table Storage offers a NoSQL data store for key value pairs using large-scale datasets. You can use Azure Table Storage to store petabytes of semi-structured data and keep your costs down. Azure Queue Storage provides asynchronous message queuing for communication between application components, whether they are running in the cloud, on the desktop, on premises, or on mobile devices. There are three Azure storage tiers that you can use to balance your costs: Hot, Cool, and Archive. The hot storage tier is optimized for storing data that is accessed frequently, such as images for your website. The cool storage tier is optimized for data that is infrequently accessed and stored for at least 30 days, such as customer invoices. And the archive storage tier is appropriate for data that is rarely accessed and stored for at least 180 days, such as long-term backups. Regardless of your business scenario, Azure has a solution to help you manage your storage needs.
So I think one thing you should notice about hot, cold, and archive, which you just mentioned, right? So hot is something which you'll be using frequently in a day-to-day basis. Cold, maybe like invoices, something which you can store for like 30 days, and then you have archive, right, which is for 180 days or maybe 6 months. So those are some things to note. Um, all right, so I think we can. So in the next video, we'll be describing Azure storage redundancy.